Hi, it's Frank Del Rio here with Century 21, and thanks for stopping by today. I want to wish you and your family a happy new year, and I do hope that you had a fantastic holiday. We're well on our way into the new year, and with regards to the 2012 real estate market, people are already asking me, they're calling and emailing, wanting to know, what can we expect this year in the 2012 real estate market? Obviously, nobody has a perfect crystal ball. However, if you pay attention to the market and the data that's out there, it can paint a very clear picture. And based on what I'm seeing and experiencing in the market, I do anticipate that we're going to have and see a much stronger real estate market than we've seen in the past few years. Although 2011 wasn't as bad as the media had portrayed, we actually seen very strong sales, especially towards the fourth quarter of 2011. Now, I know this is hard to believe, but we had a number of sales occurring at or above the actual listed price. And what's even better, the icing on the cake is that more than half of those sales here in our market were standard sales. Now, I experienced this firsthand with my own listings and my own buyers. This indicates that there's a number of buyers out there in the marketplace right now that are looking for a home. Their sellers are pricing their homes realistically. They're strong, realistic prices. And the good news is that the lenders are actually lending buyers money, so the buyers can actually buy and the sellers can have the opportunity to sell their home. So if you're thinking about buying or selling this year, I created some quick ideas and some thoughts to think about, some key thoughts. If you're a seller, for instance, I wrote down 5 real simple thoughts. The first one is you're going to want to market it earlier in the year. Don't wait. Get started sooner than later. As we get closer into the summer months, the competition increases. Foreclosures, short sales, they're going to be on the rise. So you want to start off when the competition is at its lowest point. Think of it like this: supply and demand. You want to be out there when the supply is low and the demand is actually high. It's going to increase your chances for more activity, increase your chances to get more offers, and ultimately the highest price. The second thing is you want to market it aggressively and focus on a competitive price. I don't mean give the home away, but just be competitive with your pricing out there. Aggressive marketing is the job of the real estate agent. Too many times real estate agents will list the property in the multiple listing service, and then they wait for someone else to come and do all the work. They pray to the real estate gods that someone else will sell the home. That marketing, it doesn't work anymore. That was something that was done in the past. So make sure you're marketing aggressively and you're focusing on a good price. The third thing is review your activity, because here's the thing, with the showing activity, it's going to tell you a story, and you want to pay attention to that story for your home. The fourth thing is absolutely critical. Don't get offended. This goes without question. When people are coming through your home and you're getting offers, unfortunately, there's going to be some buyers that come to the property and maybe they don't have nothing nice to say, or they're very judgmental, or worse yet, they give you a low offer. Don't get offended by this. Review the comments, the feedback, the showing activity. Make some changes if you need to. If not, that's okay. Or if you get a lowball offer, counter it. There's no harm in that. Last but not least, you want to make a financial decision. Make this a business transaction for you. Too often we let our emotions get in the way of good financial decisions. Okay, the key here is to make a sound decision and look at it from a financial perspective. Look at all of the options and make an informed decision. That's where we come in to help you with that. So if you're buying a home this year, here's a couple of thoughts also to consider. Financing is absolutely critical. Make it your top priority. You're going to want to get all of your ducks in a row. Your wages, your taxes, bank statements, your savings for your down payment and good faith estimate. And you're going to take that to your mortgage lender or direct lender, and you want them to get you qualified. But more importantly, you want to go a step further and try to get pre-approved. You want to know what you qualify for. You want to know what your payments are going to be, most importantly. And you want to know what the cost is going to run you. This is important so that you're not out there just looking at properties that come to find out you can't qualify for, or you're overqualified for. Don't get yourself in that position. The second thing is you're going to want to complete a needs analysis. This is so important. It's very easy for us to just go online and look at properties, but if you don't know what you want, or more importantly, your professional you're working with isn't asking you what you want, you're going to fall short. One of the things we do for our clients is we find out how many bedrooms, how many square feet, how many baths. If you're looking for a 2-story, a single level, open floor plan, a cozy floor plan, if you need a casita in the backyard, whatever it may be. And then we take that information and we go find that property for our clients. So that's very important that you do have complete a needs analysis. The third thing is you're going to want to be aggressive, all right, with the viewings and with making the offers. What do I mean by this? Well, don't do the exact opposite, actually, of what everyone else does. Most buyers wait until the weekend to go look at homes. Do the opposite. If you've done your financing and you've completed a needs analysis, you can go look at the best properties in the market during your lunch break or possibly after work. So make sure you're aggressive with regards to that, because if not, you're going to miss out on all the good buys that the aggressive buyers are taking advantage of. And then, of course, last but not least, this goes very important, it goes without question today, you have to be patient, okay, in the transaction. So once you've completed everything and your home is now in escrow, that transaction used to take 21 or 30 days. Not anymore. We've had so many changes in the lending institutions. In fact, we've had more changes in the last 2.5 years than we've seen in the last 30 years with regards to the banking system for real estate. So all that's created is a delay. So don't worry, your transaction is going to close, things are going to work out, you're going to upgrade, or you're going to be downsizing, you're going to move in, you're going to start your family, or you're going to grow your family, and things are going to be great. And in the end, it's going to work out, because it always works out for you. It always has in the past, and it will continue to be that way this year when you buy a home. So I hope this information was helpful. Thanks again for stopping by. If you're thinking about doing something in real estate, please call me immediately. Talk with me before you do any decisions with regards to buying or selling, because I'm committed to providing you with the most information so that you can make a sound choice. I want to help you make an informed decision, okay? And if I can't help you, I'll definitely tell you. Now, if I can help you, I'll also tell you that, and I'll show you how we can do that. The one thing you'll never get with me is the runaround, okay? So I'm going to make a few changes this year. I'm going to give you my personal cell phone. So you can reach me if you need to. If you have any questions or concerns, 626-780-2705. Call me or text me. Or you can send me an email to frank@frankdelriosales.com. Thanks so much for stopping by. Have a great day, and I look forward to connecting with you real soon.